In the early years of the American Republic, the nation was a fledgling entity, navigating its newfound independence and determining its place in a world dominated by colonial powers. The period following the ratification of the Constitution in 1788 marked an era of significant growth and change. Expansion, both territorially and ideologically, defined the course of the nation and the domestic policies that shaped its character. Today, we delve into this transformative era, exploring the intricate dance between expansion and policy that guided the early republic. The story begins at the end of the 18th century. With the ink barely dry on the Constitution, the United States was restless for growth. This hunger for expansion was more than just a desire for land. It was a quest for identity and power. The acquisition of land promised economic opportunities and the chance to manifest the nation's destiny. In 1803, the Louisiana Purchase, orchestrated by President Thomas Jefferson, effectively doubled the size of the country overnight. For a mere $15 million, the United States acquired a vast territory stretching from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains. This was not just a real estate transaction, it was a declaration of ambition. The Louisiana Purchase set in motion the westward expansion, a movement driven by visionaries, explorers, and settlers eager to carve out a new life on the frontier. The Lewis and Clark expedition, launched in the wake of the Purchase, symbolized the beginning of an era of exploration and discovery. As they traversed the vast, uncharted territories, they documented landscapes, peoples, and resources, offering a glimpse of the potential that lay to the west. This expedition was more than a journey. It was a catalyst for a national imagination that saw the West as a land of boundless opportunity. However, expansion was not without its challenges and controversies. Internally, the young nation grappled with questions about the role of government and the rights of states versus the federal jurisdiction. The debate over the National Bank, first established in 1791, exemplifies these tensions. Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury, championed the bank as a means to stabilize and improve the nation's financial footing. Opponents like Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, however, saw it as an overreach of federal power, fearing it would lead to a concentration of wealth and undermine the agrarian values they held dear. On the domestic front, these debates shaped policies that would influence the developing political landscape. The early republic saw the emergence of the first political parties, Federalists and Democratic Republicans, each with distinct visions for the nation's future. Federalists, who favored a strong central government, often clashed with the Democratic Republicans, who advocated for states' rights and a limited federal government. This ideological divide influenced decisions on infrastructure, tariffs, and foreign relations. Amid these domestic policy debates, the question of slavery loomed large. The expansion of the nation raised pressing questions about the extension of slavery into new territories. The Missouri Compromise of 1820 attempted to address this, drawing an imaginary line to divide free and slave territories. It was a temporary solution to a problem that would continue to fester and eventually ignite a civil war. The compromise highlighted the intrinsic connection between territorial expansion and the domestic policies that sought to maintain a fragile balance between competing interests. Despite these growing pains, the early republic achieved remarkable progress. The Erie Canal, completed in 1825, revolutionized transportation and commerce, linking the Great Lakes with the Atlantic Ocean. This infrastructural marvel exemplified the spirit of innovation and enterprise that characterized the era. By enhancing trade routes and connectivity, it also underscored the importance of government-supported initiatives in catalyzing economic growth. As we reflect on this dynamic period of the early republic, it becomes clear that expansion was not merely about acquiring land. It involved a complex interplay of vision, politics, and policy that would define the nation's trajectory for years to come. The challenges faced during this time forced leaders to confront questions about national identity, governance, and the rights of individuals versus the collective. In conclusion, the early republic's journey of expansion and the domestic policies that accompanied it laid the foundation for the America we know today. The trials and triumphs of this formative era continue to resonate, offering lessons on the power of ambition, the importance of compromise, and the enduring struggle to balance progress with the values that define us as a nation. As we dream of future horizons, May we also remember the path tread by those who shaped the early republic's quest for identity and greatness.